Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. This is game 2 this evening, an adventure that I have entitled Later, Gator. But before we take any time going into that nonsense of what's going to happen, I want to take a minute to introduce our 4 lovely characters that will be joining us this evening. First, of course, we have Maglev Konzist, the all-powerful Swolescerer. Welcome, Maglev. How are you?
I am good, comrade.
Comrade? Is this
Yes.
just like a regional greeting?
I could assume so.
I see. Well, Maglev, welcome. I know it's been a while since we've had you adventuring with us. And obviously, of course, you have recently, I guess it's not that recent now, but fairly recently been promoted to the fabled tier of adventuring, gaining your title and all sorts of renown that comes along with it. I'm wondering, has your life changed at all as a result of the renown that you've kind of picked up?
Not much. I mean, same old, same old.
All right, well, that's good at least. You know, some people, they get all that power and they just don't know what to do with it. So I'm glad that, you know, things have more or less stayed the same for you. As the all-powerful Swolescerer, do you have any responsibilities you feel to the land of DnDTime and the different peoples here?
Other than spreading the gospel of Kuro gains, not really.
Oh, so you're a disciple of Kuro gains.
I see myself as one, yes.
Okay. Now, have you ever been challenged for your title of all-powerful Swolescerer? Do you have to compete with other Swolescerers to show that you are the most all-powerful?
Recently, no. I mean, the other sorcerers who come to core gains don't tend to make it through the first few halls.
I gotcha. They just don't have it in them, really. Well, Maglev, I'm glad that we've got you adventuring with us this evening. I'm sure that your incredible martial prowess can really come in handy in this adventure. So, welcome back, and I wish you the absolute best this evening.
Yes, and of course, to get things going.
What did you just? It sounded like what you just lifted was very heavy.
Oh, just tighten these pecs up.
Oh, you're just flexing. I gotta just. Well, Maglev, welcome back. I look forward to the adventure this evening. Our next hero to join us this evening, maybe hero, anti. I don't know. Farzu, the big boss, Papa Farzu. Would you consider yourself a hero? Farzu?
No, just tell me whatever you...
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Farzu. You're mumbling a little too quiet for me. Nope. Guys, Farzu has gone for a brief walk. Oh, here he is. Farzu's back. Welcome, Farzu. How are you?
Hello. I'm all right.
Would you consider yourself a hero in Bartholomew's adventuring company, or are you kind of a different character?
I don't know. I just do what I've got to get the job done.
Well, you know, Farzu, I guess that's about as clear-cut as you can get for an adventurer. Have you been doing anything exciting or interesting out of the norm since we last saw you adventuring with us?
Well, today I'm going to be trying out a new disguise I've had ready for a while.
Oh.
I'll have a couple to get going.
What's the disguise between you and me?
I'll put on a giant mascot costume of a sort of children's television host, TV show host. for kids of let's see, a giant owl bear. And be like, hello, I'm the owl bear.
Hi, Walla Owl the Owl Bear. I love your show, Walla Owl.
It's cool. Today we are going to be going on an adventure together.
Wait, is that?
Are you ready, kid? I hate this voice. How's it?
Farzu, that was a really good costume. You played the part like perfectly.
A disguise, but thank you.
I'm sorry. You know what I mean. You put on the disguise, and I watched you put on the disguise, and you convinced me even for a moment before I realized.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have to jump into character in order to get things done.
I totally understand. Oh, Farzu, I'm sure that character acting will certainly come in handy in today's adventure. And I wish you the absolute best as you go about your adventures this evening.
Just another thing you need in your arsenal to do work. Okay. Who's next?
Next is Kintoki Kakata, the corpse-eating devil. Kintoki, welcome.
You see Kintoki walk on stage wearing an owlbear costume that looks absolutely goofy and very clear.
Yes, very tasteful.
So Kintoki will climb out of this costume a la Ace Ventura, stuffing it in his... well, this is why I keep two of them on spare.
You have another costume.
It's a secret tool that will help us later.
Well, Kintoki,
Yes.
welcome.
There was a sale today on owlbear costume.
Apparently, Kintoki, I was gonna say we frequently see you in costume when you're here. I mean, just last week you played the role so perfectly of a werewolf impersonating you that I thought for a moment it was actually a werewolf impersonating you.
What can I say? I'm a really good method actor. I'm still used to this werewolf power. It'd be a lot easier if I could remember what I do, but I just wake up in the middle of the night surrounded by wrappers of junk food, and I mean, clearly these werewolf powers are getting the best.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate sometimes. Kintoki, I had a quick question because last week when we had werewolf Kintoki, we learned a little bit about the Kintoki backstory about why you're called the corpse-eating devil, and I was just wondering did what we hear from the werewolf's mouth actually line up with the truth of the Kintoki backstory? Do you want me to tell you what the werewolf told us, Kintoki?
Good.
Well, oh, actually, I'm sorry, we're out of time. Well, Kintoki, welcome back. I'm sure you're gonna have a great adventure this evening, and I'm glad you're joining us. And last but certainly not least, we have Sir Gillem, Fish, and House. Sir Gillem, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm sorry, I didn't say your titles. Best friends forever.
Yes, you forgot that. That's very important.
I'm so sorry, Sir Gillem. How have you two been? It's been a long time since we've seen you two out on the fields of the land of D&D, the adventure. You know.
Yes, we've been very good. We've been on a great journey across the seas, and I'm just wondering, where did Farzu and Kintoki go? I don't know where.
Yeah. Don't think about it too much.
Today I'll be adventuring with you. I'm Wolololo.
That guy creeps me out.
I mean, I don't know. Wolololo is a very
owlbear.
Is a childhood icon. You can't hate Wolololo the owl.
Well, I'll try.
I mean, I suppose if maybe you didn't grow up watching Wolololo the owl bear on television, it could maybe be a little. I can actually kind of see that, Sir Gillem. I don't want to tell you how to feel.
It's not a lot of
Well, The Owl is actually a children's show meant for the kids in the spawn of hell.
It's awesome. There's not a lot of TPs under the ocean, so.
Yeah, this doesn't get many channels.
No, we only got one channel, and it's just Fish. Fish the channel. It's great. Oh, we also used to have this show about people getting thrown into a shark tank, and well, they canceled that one.
Well, it is how it is. Have you been doing anything exciting lately, Sir Gillem? Anything out of the norm, or just you and House living life?
Well, going across the ocean in our ship, that was great. That was pretty awesome. It was a lot of water.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is there a reason that you use a ship? Because you're a fish and
I am
an aquatic creature.
I am indeed a fish. It's not like I have a lot of ways to escape. I don't really have a choice.
So really, the ship is just a way of escaping.
Well, no. House likes to go on the ships. You see, I am stuck in House there, so I don't really have a choice.
I understand. Well, Sir Gillem, I'm very sorry about your predicament. I imagine you didn't even try and come to this adventure today, huh?
No. No, I did not. I would much rather watch the Fish channel than come here, but I had no choice.
Well, I'm so sorry. I guess we might as well jump into the adventure. I hope you can make the best of it, Sir Gillem.
Thank you.
And so our adventure begins. You all have traveled deep into the bowels of the Baradac Swamp, a near endless mire of murk, muck, and swampy refuse, off to the northwest of the lands of DnDTime. As you've traversed its swampy form, right? You've encountered insects, you've seen giant dinosaurs off in the distance, and all sorts of crazy primal creatures that reside here. However, you weren't just wandering the swamp. Your goal specifically today was to visit the Kingdom of Ribbypt, or what was recently known as the Kingdom of Ribbypt. You've been summoned by the de facto leader of the new Republic of Ribbypt, as apparently there's been something of a revolution in the kingdom. And so,
cool.
Something like it. As you've made your way into the kingdom, or to the area of Ribbypt. You see there are large, kind of half-sunken pyramids, mostly sunken into the muck. You see grung, these little anthropomorphized frog men, walking to and fro, kind of just living their daily lives. They look like they're either painting the sides of some of the structures, the pyramids and ruins that are sunken into the mud here. Others seem to be gathering grubs out of the mud in baskets. They're just kind of doing stuff that frogs would do. And yeah, there's a big kind of central causeway of mostly sunken cobblestones that lead toward the center of town, where you could find, previously could find the pharaoh of this area. What do you all want to do as you kind of have just entered to the outskirts of Ribbypt? And what do you all look like as well?
I'm Steezy Weezy, professional fraud person, and I'm on the case. My middle name is Danger, and I'm ready for anything.
Steezy Danger Weezy?
I'm Steezy Danger Weezy. I'm put on another disguise in order to fit the setting.
And your disguise is a big frog person?
Pretty much. Medium-sized.
A medium frog person.
Exactly.
Maglev just looks like his normal self. He's just big old bare chest and big muscly arms, a little skirt, or something akin to a kilt, and just a golden lion mask fixed to his face.
How's it going, people? I'm here to help.
I am also dressed normally, except, I always have my coral armor and my awesome sword full of water. But I'm really confused. Where did the other two go? Why do they keep disappearing?
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about it. We're helping.
You see Kintoki dressed as like a toad man in a very poor costume that you can clearly see his face in the open mouth, pushing what appears to be a cart for fur-hide frog legs, trying to talk in a very bad Cajun accent that still is very clearly Kintoki's voice.
I am so confused. He sounds like Kintoki, but just the looks, they're just not there. I don't see it.
Oh, you know what's good for confusion, boy? You should try some frog leg. They good for your brain.
No, thank you. I'm not a cannibal.
You're not a frog either.
You're correct.
And you're having this conversation. You haven't noticed them walk up, but like you look up ahead of you and you see this like poison dart frog like figure. He stands like 3.5 feet tall. He's very green, covered with black spots. He's got a big, wide mouth that has these tiny little razor-sharp teeth around the edges. It's quite frightening. And he looks upwards at you, like, confusedly, kind of cocks his head and blinks one eye, then the other. How much for a frog leg?
Oh, we got a good deal going on, boy. Just 5 silver for a dish.
Oh, I got a better deal. How about 2
I
frog
don't
legs?
have any silver.
Do you have frog legs? How about 2 frog legs for a frog leg? I think that's a good deal.
I kind of need them. I got some grubs. You want some grubs?
Okay, I can take some grubs for the frog leg.
All right, just a second. And he kind of like goes and runs over to where he's got a basket he had set down, takes a couple of grubs out of it. What do you think, 4 grubs for a frog leg?
That sound like a deal, boy.
All right, you trade these frog legs. Where did you get these frog legs, and what are they, Kintoki? Are they actual frog legs?
They're like, you know how there are the dinosaur chicken nuggets? It's just chicken nuggets pressed into like a vague L shape, like a frog.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he trades you. I guess 8 grubs, which these are just, I don't know, 5 or 6 inch long, fat white grubs that he dug out of the mud for a pair of frog legs. Wow, these are delicious. Hey guys, this should be cannibals. And he starts going over to start talking to some of the other frogs.
I turn around and will like pierce on a small little thorn the grubs in like one of those very simple cliche like box traps that, you know, has just written on the side of it free grubs and a little twig propping it up.
Okay. You're just standing there though.
Just stand there until the party starts moving.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Actually, my third disguise, Netson Weasley, human wizard, is gonna pipe up and be like,
Actually, the exchange rate for grubs to frog legs is 3 grubs per frog leg. So
like, you need to
bump up those rates, rookie.
Maglev
You
walking.
feel as though you've just been bested.
I'm just like snickering off to myself. What's Maglev doing?
Maglev is walking.
Maglev is just like, I'm just gonna keep going. Okay. So
All right,
yeah,
I'm ditching the disguises.
You just throw. I imagine that last one.
I have just like a huge pile that
mustache.
Yeah, I just have a huge pile that I flop into, a puddle of mud.
Okay. Yeah, the y'all start moving along. Kintoki, I assume you move along the rest of the group.
Yep. Pushing very like bedraggledly through the mud this little food.
Yeah, so y'all start heading down the way. You're traveling for a relatively short time. Not long after you start walking down the main thoroughfare, you hear somewhere from back where you came, "Oh no, I'm trapped under a box!" Just kind of echoing through the air. But I assume you just continue anyway.
Yep.
And yeah, you find yourselves in the central square of the Kingdom of Ribbypt, or the former Kingdom of Ribbypt. It's a fairly peaceful place. I mean, it's a dump, right? Like, clearly at some point this was a great civilization. But at this point, most of it's sunk into the swamp. There's still pyramids everywhere. I mean, you've counted 15, 20 pyramids sticking out of the swamp just on the walk up to here. And of course, at this area, which is like a big, almost square, you see that it's surrounded by more pyramids on every side, except for one, which is a big necropolis that seems to be in more better shape than everywhere else. There are grung going to and fro. Some of them have little grungs like in bundles, like babies, and everyone seems to be just living their lives here.
Now it's just frogs.
Yeah, it's just frogs.
I remember Bartholomew saying at one point something bad happened here. But it looks like it's all taken care of.
It does, in fact, look like it's all taken care of. Who wants to lead the way up the necropolis to talk to whoever this de facto leader of this Republic of Ribbypt?
These frog people are closer to sheep, like cattle.
Yeah, Maglev would just lead the way since everyone else seems to be switching costumes and making judgments and whatnot.
I'll be stalking behind.
All right. Kintoki, a whole bunch of grung seem interested in your frog legs.
I try to sell as many frog legs as I can, and will even deputize some people to collect more frog legs to further the business. Maybe even be able to buy their own franchises.
I see. Can you roll me a... what kind of a check is that? You tell me what kind of a check this is.
Frog-like corporation check. Pretty easy.
Yeah, it might just be a D20 roll. Roll me a D20, Kintoki. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think what happens here is a mercantile check. Yeah, I think you sell out of your frog legs, and your cart is now filled with grubs, which appears to be the main currency here right now. You got a whole pile of grubs.
I will get out a quick board and handwrite on fried frog guts and put it over my sign that said frog.
Okay. Do you want to stay down here in the square while the rest of them go and talk to the leader, or do you want to go up the stairs as well?
I will go up the steps to talk to the leader, but I will be noticeably behind as I try to slowly creak-crook my cart up the steps.
Okay. The group of you make your way up to the top. Of course, Kintoki dragging slightly behind. And as you get to the top of the necropolis, you can see that there's like a big throne, and there are some big columns that have a big, that hold up the ceiling to it, though it is a mostly open air area. And yeah, you see standing on top of the throne is a grung. He has golden colored skin with black splotches, and next to him is a blue skinned grung with black splotches, and there are a couple other grung up here. And as they seem to be in a heated conversation, but as you crest to the top of the necropolis, the gold-skinned grung goes, "Ah, excellent, my adventurers!" And he hops down from his little throne, and he scrambles over to you. There's like a big pit in between you, and he just goes around that and runs right over. He goes, "Hey, are you all the adventurers I hired?"
Indeed.
I'm President Froggenhoppen.
Ooh, President. That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love it.
I overthrow my terrible dictatorial brother, Pharoah Froggenhoppen.
like this. This is a much better system.
Absolutely. Well, you see, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, man, my dumb brother got to be the Pharoah Froggenhoppen, the 700, and I figured, that just isn't how it should be. So we overthrew him, and everybody picked me to be the king. I mean, the president, and now I'm the president. But there's a problem. You see, and he walks back over to the big pit. Down here, this is where we used to keep the alligator or the crocodile. I think it's a crocodile, actually.
Okay.
And in the revolution, we got all up in, we went a little crazy, and we let the crocodile go. And I gotta need it back.
Oh.
People won't vote for me if I don't have an alligator to throw them to. If they don't, then I won't be the president anymore.
Have you tried a bunch of grung down in the pit that act like alligator?
Yeah, it just does not have the same impact.
Oh.
Does your alligator need to be alive?
Yeah, no, we need the alligator in the pit so that when people don't vote for me to be the president of Ribbypt, I can throw them into the alligator and it'll eat them.
Would a snake work?
So you want your alligator to eat people?
Yep, 100%. It's gotta eat people.
Would a snake work?
Why does it have to be an alligator? Why can't you just kill them?
Oh, that's barbaric. He blinks one eye, then the other, looking at you confused.
Do you truly think beating people is barbaric? That's nonsense.
I'm just saying, this is kind of how things do. We need the alligator back, or the crocodile. I'm pretty sure he's a crocodile.
Would a snake work?
It's got to be a pretty menacing snake. There's kind of a fear component for the crocodile. It's kind of scary. It's so big, crocodile.
Oh, so if it's a cute crocodile, that won't work either.
Oh, no. I'd like if you could go find our crocodile. His name is Crocky.
Do you have a way of catching Crocky or luring him back here?
No.
Does
Otherwise, I would have done that.
Does Crocky like a certain thing? Like
He
grung?
loves eating grung.
Can I have some grung for sacrifice to Crocky?
That's barbaric. This is a republic. I don't just sacrifice people.
Well, what if those grung called you mean names, like fart?
Well, then I would throw them to my crocodile, preferably.
Does your reptilian have a sharp snout or a wider snout?
It's kind of more wide snout, and he's very fat. He's extremely fat.
Then it's a alligator because they prefer freshwater marshes and lakes.
Oh, really?
And have
Wow.
wider
Well, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. This whole place is fresh water, so.
Yes.
Thank you for that knowledge, Bob. He's just a really big alligator.
I do have a question. Do you have any criminal grung imprisoned at the moment?
No. No, the revolution was like yesterday.
Is there only a single alligator, or does it have a mate?
We only ever had the one alligator.
What happens when it dies?
Oh, we haven't really thought about that yet. Oh, that'd be bad.
Yeah, you might want to start planning for the future in that case.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do that too, that'd be great too.
The entirety of your authority is based off a single alligator.
Yeah, well, this is pretty new. Like I said, we just overthrew Pharoah Froggenhoppen and have just established the Republic of Ribbypt. So, yeah.
Maybe we can just help you sort out a separate punishment for disobedience rather than the crocodile. This is a
I
new
really
republic.
like. I really
You need
first we
rights.
determined it's an alligator. We determined this. Secondly, I really love the alligator.
Let's go get him an alligator.
Yeah, come on, go get my alligator for me.
Is it because you're not prepared for new ways and have planned for this alligator capture?
Huh? Well then, I mean, if you can find something more terrifying than an alligator that I can contain by just putting it in this pit, go for it. I'm
Do you
down.
have any ideas?
Of what? Like, what am I do?
Well, what we can do about your situation?
Yes, where might it be? Yes.
Well, if
What
I
if- What if I told you you could control people with tasty food? I looked over to Kintoki.
I am listening.
You see, my friend here has started a franchise selling frog legs to
Ever
people.
heard the saying 2 frogs with 1
You can kill people who you don't like and use their legs to sell at people and make
Well,
money as well as please everyone at the same time. I
And do
mean,
whatever I say? That sounds like a really bad use of your time, but if you really want,
no, we're just running a business.
These frogs' legs do be selling like hot drugs.
alright, well, if you can't find the gator, we can talk about that.
What about a druid who could turn into an alligator? Would that work?
I mean, will they stay an alligator forever?
How about twice per day for about an hour?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, that won't work. I need a gator whenever I need a gator.
Exactly.
24/7 gator? You're asking for a lot.
I'm asking for an alligator. We had one, and then
Let's
we let it go like idiots.
Alligators have rights. They can't just be sitting around in your alligator pit all day waiting for you to
He strokes his
throw
chin.
people for them to
quizzically.
eat.
Let us go.
Thank you so much.
Wait, someone said druid. Do we have a
Thank you,
druid
Mr.
here?
Fish.
Yeah, do we?
We could probably just like talk to an alligator and be like, hey, we have a nice little muddy hole that you can stay in, and people will.
Throw free frogs in
Fine,
for you
don't-
to eat.
That could work. But let's go get him an alligator anyway. Where did you say the alligator hangs out? It might be.
Oh, well,
Just
I'm
live the
look-
high line.
Well, we let him go, and he climbed out that way. And he points over there in the barrows. See, there's all these barrows over there, and we don't go over there because that's where the dinosaurs live. But that's where the alligator went.
All
When he
right.
says sparrows, like Farzu just like tightens up in shock, like he has PTSD, and stays still. Shivers. The barrows.
Oh, let us go. Might be
Oh,
a good
looks like you're
opportunity to
chilling.
work the locator.
Have you been to the barrows before?
Nope.
No, I have not. Let's go.
As Farzu mutters in fear, yeah, it sounds like Maglev and Sir Gillem are kind of leading the way.
Can I like spread rumors throughout the town as we're on our way going to the barrows that you can't live without frog legs. You must get frog legs. Dedicate your life and like start a small cult.
Yeah. What?
How are your frog legs gonna support you if you don't support frog legs?
Yes.
Okay. So, what's your end goal? What are you going for? What are you trying to accomplish with this? Because I think you can spread these rumors, and I think the grung might be dumb enough to buy in with the rumors. But I'm wondering
to get
what's your
a
Just like
good
a following.
following for that like movement that we suggested, or sort of
Of just
cult.
being cannibals.
I imagine this revolution.
Yes, we're starting the cannibal party to, go against
the democratic.
a democratic debate of the current thing.
Yeah.
Cannibal party versus the crocodile party, also known
Yes.
as the alligator party.
Absolutely.
We are highly invested in grung politics.
And then obviously we also need the pizza party. Clearly, it needs to be.
Okay.
Oh, you can have frog-like pizza too.
Let me hijack this tangent for a minute. Farzu, can you roll me a persuasion check? And actually, yeah, you roll me a persuasion check, and Kintoki, can you also roll me, I guess, a persuasion check? I think persuasion is what I'm going to settle on here. But Kintoki, I'm going to give you advantage because of Farzu.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So 9 out of Farzu, not that great, a 10 out of Kintoki. All right. The rumors are there, but like the grung maybe aren't buying it. They've kind of, I think they've noticed that under the toad costume that Kintoki's wearing is Kintoki, and they're like, oh my god, that's the corpse-eating devil. And there's, they're kind of frightened. But one of the grung has come up to you all as you've approached the outskirts of town. I imagine Maglev and Sir Gillem are a little irked at this point. Those guys, everyone else spending so much time. But this grung approaches the four of you and says, "Oh, I wanna be a follower. I wanna follow you."
Perfect. Join our
Fantastic.
campaign. I give him like a little list for him to sign. We're collecting names.
Oh, I'm Green Spot. And you can see he is a grung with black spots. He's a little green-colored grung with black spots. And he looks and says, "Yeah, my name's Green Spot. I'm actually kind of oil black-colored grung, but my spots are green."
I like it.
Yeah.
Are grung colorblind?
No, not we love colors.
You know what my favorite color is?
Out of clouded blue, because you're like a fish.
Well, that is a great color. But no, my favorite color is blood. That's the best.
That's a terrifying color. Is that really a color?
Yes, it is. It's a dark shade
There's
of red.
black.
Wow. All right, well, I guess I'll just follow you. Now you have a grung follower to do whatever the hell you want with. I'm sure I'll survive this adventure.
For sure.
Green Spots, you will be a wonderful chefromancer, and Kintoki will slowly get out of his toad costume and present it to Green Spot, expecting him to change into the toad costume.
What? Why do I have to? This is size for like a large, like a person. I'm very small.
Don't worry, you'll grow into it. You don't have to wear it right now, just aspire. You'll wear it one day.
You know what? No, I can do it. I can do anything. He puts on
That's
the
the
costume.
spirit.
Doesn't fit him very well. All right, now what?
Now
I'll give him a kitchen knife and a second whisk.
Okay.
All you gotta remember for cooking frog legs is you cut off the frog legs and you stick them in the hot oil. They fry right up and you got frog legs.
Somebody say hot oil. Let's
As you're having this conversation, I imagine, Maglev, you've been scouting ahead a little bit, being productive. Can you roll me an investigation, perception, animal handling, survival, or nature check? Your choice.
Ooh, I think I'll go with animal handling.
Basically, whatever the damn well check you might want to make.
That hurts.
All right, so you're looking around, and you're like, all right, gotta find signs of these critters, and you find a grub, and it's just sticking up out of the mud. And you're like, all right, that's weird. Why is this like just like, why do you just see this grub? And then a little further along, you see another grub just sticking up out of the mud. And then I think you notice that there is a very clear trail where like the mud has been indented pretty dramatically, where a very large alligator must have been dragging itself through the mud. And it doesn't look like it was walking. It looks like it was dragging itself because of how fat it must have been. And it has exposed a whole bunch of grubs.
Maglev would probably pull some of those grungs out of the mud.
No, not grungs, grubs.
Oh, grubs, okay. Yeah, he's not gonna pull the grubs out of the mud.
Okay, he's gonna leave the grubs.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
mean-
perfect. We had a grub picker.
But he will tell the others that he thinks he found a trail. Actually points to the grubs like leading inward.
We found a grub. I don't see any trails here.
As you point in the direction of the grubs, you see that the trail leads into this system of barrows. Barrows are basically ancient funeral mounds. They are very, very large hill-like, or they're small hill-like structures. They're maybe between 20 and 50 feet across, and they rise maybe 20 or 30 feet high. Lots of peaks and gullies and little valleys, where it's very hard to see really any appreciable distance. A slight mist seems to be settled in them, further obscuring view. You can see that the two closest ones apparently used to have big stone doors, would have since been broken down and clearly looted through. And the barrows lie ahead of you.
Fantastic. Let's go.
All right. So Maglev, you're leading the way.
Mm-hmm. So,
All right.
Well, one thing Maglev will do beforehand, like as soon as they enter into like this mist that's kind of obscuring view, he will cast a light cantrip.
Yeah, vision was kind of reduced to maybe like 20 feet previously, but with your light, I think you're able to kind of banish enough of the mist, right? So you can see for the full 40-foot reach of the light. But anything really beyond that is quite obscured. And yeah, you can see these hills and little passages all about. It would be very easy to get lost in here. Thankfully, you have a very, very obvious trail, this very big, fat alligator.
Could I try to send my find familiar a bit further ahead so like it scouts, and if it gets messed up, it doesn't
It's not the end of the
kill
world.
all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your familiar?
The owl statistics are pretty good,
Sure.
but maybe let's say it's just a flying frog with like a frog with wings.
Beautiful. It's like where the from this little froggy like paws. I don't know what they're called. Back up to like its torso. It's got leathery flaps that it can just fly, or does it have actual wings that stick up the back of it for some reason?
It's just like a normal frog, but on its back it has like you know what? Forget the wings. It just has a glider, and it just jumps around with its super strong legs.
Beautiful. All right, it just boing, and then glides around. Perfect. You've trained this frog expertly.
Yeah, it's my spectacular frog from familiar.
Absolutely. Go ahead, if you would, roll me, I guess, a perception check if you're going to have it scout ahead. Now, I believe it would have disadvantage because of the mist and everything, assuming it doesn't have its own source of light.
I think it does have like keen senses though.
Okay, so maybe it cancels out to just a regular roll.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. Owls definitely have keen senses.
So perception +3.
Wow, is the owl
Okay.
really not in the SRD? Oh, no, it is.
I think it's very good.
All right, they call him Natural 20 Owl. I mean,
He's-
Flying Frog. Yeah, your frog is flying around up ahead, and you can see along the way, right where this gator had dragged itself, and you can see this gator probably can't move very quickly, because of just how fat it is. It's probably going to die in here, from just one of the predators that is known to lurk around this area. But yeah, your owl's flying around, and you come across what look like some frog legs, some grung legs, but there's no rest of the grung along the trail. It's just the legs. Maybe the gator got them.
How high are? Well, I was wondering how high are like the trees or like the foliage, and how high does it look like it could jump?
There are no trees.
Oh, okay.
There's foliage, and it's kind of like, again, you have these 20 to 30 foot high mounds, right? The barrows. So you can hop up those and take a nice slide and go for a while. And there is shrubbery like bushes and craggy rocks and all sorts of things up upon the mounds. I think your frog, as he's flying around, he starts to head, follow the direction, and there's a bit of a gully between two barrows that are particularly craggy and covered with brambles, but they catch sight of what looked like a whole pile of creatures that are up hidden in the brambles and around the rocks. They look kind of like giant bat-winged creatures with separate arms and legs, and almost large mosquito-esque proboscises that emerge from their faces.
Oh god.
Bat-winged creatures?
Yeah!
Out of character, I already know what this is, and it's terrifying.
I feel like I know what it is.
I mean, it could be many different things.
We have some sort of bat-winged creatures around in that craggy gully.
Is there one of the weird bat frog things you summon?
No,
His frog lands on the shoulder at this point.
they're small, but not that tiny.
Does
A lot of them.
Farzu describe them?
Yeah.
Then Maglev will try to make a nature check, which he is not very good at.
Okay. Yeah, this sounds like it could be a sturge, which is a fairly common little monstrosity. Or I'm sorry, it's actually a beast. It's not a monstrosity. It's a tiny little monstrous being that, they live everywhere where there is death and filth, basically. They're scavengers mostly,
Yeah.
but they can be vicious to a dying creature.
Any creature.
We need to
Yeah,
get to the
like a
crop
struggle.
quick.
A struggling creature is like a dinner bell to sturgeons, and they will leap onto you, and they'll stick their little proboscises in like mosquitoes, and they will suck out all your blood, and it's bad.
Wow, looks like a job for me. Should I run in?
Yes, you should do that. Absolutely.
Sounds like a great idea. Let's go.
Actually, Maglev joins him and says, I can also help with that.
Well, I'm just standing here.
Green Spot should gather up any of these striga things that he cuts down. We'll fry those up later. They have bat wings, so we should be able to make some buffalo sturge wings.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah,
great.
that's great.
Fantastic. And I will rush in, raging before I get close enough for them to do something.
And Maglev will stay a bit away from Gillem and activate radiant consumption.
Okay, so what I understand here is you two want to run inward.
Yeah.
Right, run between the barrows, making lots of noise to attract the scourges to you, but you're
Yes.
ready for them, so you'll have your ready to attack them.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. And just as soon as they come swarming at us, Maglev popped up the radiant consumption.
And then,
I'm gonna keep an eye on the crocodile.
well, the crocodile you don't see yet. He's
Oh.
further on beyond this area.
Okay. Where
It's
is
an
he? I would,
obstacle along the alligator path.
right, yeah, I would just avoid them and make my way towards the crocodile. Keep an eye on the direction for them.
Well, I mean, it's directly ahead of you. Like, it's along the path where these sturges are on either side of it, up on the different barrows. So your allies seem like they're going to run up ahead and try and draw all of the sturges to them. Do you want to just kind of lurk around the outskirts and try and skirt by?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay, and then Kintoki?
Kintoki will just stay line 140 feet back from everyone running towards the sturges and pull out.
Well, visibility is like 40 feet right now because of the mists.
Then I'll stay within like 40 to 30 feet of the party.
Okay, so you're going to stay as far back as you can, and you have a ready to attack or something?
Yes.
Okay. Farzu, can I have a stealth check from you? And then, Maglev, you run forward and use your rating consumption. And
I'll use it as soon as sturges come within distance.
okay, so you're ready to use it.
Yes.
So, Farzu, you are the knight. You have disappeared in amongst all the craggy rocks. And
I'm a craggy
you run
guy.
forward and go, ah, and let out a rage.
Yeah.
And as you two do that, Maglev and Sir Gillem, you run directly into quicksand. I don't think everyone's rolled for initiative. As you
Not
run
quicksand.
forward, you do it, and your feet sink pretty dramatically.
Ah, no.
So I'm gonna roll this for each of you. This is for Maglev. Maglev, you sink 5 feet into the quicksand.
Don't worry, I can easily deal with that.
And Sir Gillem, you also sink 5 feet.
Yay!
5 feet? How tall are you?
5 feet.
Let's see, Maglev is 5'10".
Head is out of the quicksand.
That was fine.
I would
so
say that
fast.
Maglev had both his arms and his head out. Like he has his arms raised.
With his weapon, just like, fight me.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Sir Gillem, where do we see you?
In the quicksand for the moment. Although I do have a squishy body, so I could just go out of this quicksand. It doesn't.
It would definitely help you, I'll say. I love the name of that feature. All right, let's get the initiatives down. Maglev, Farzu, Kintoki, and if any of you want to command your green spot friend, you can just tell him to do something and he'll do it. But is that everybody? I think we're missing someone.
That roll
You're missing. Yeah.
Aha! Yes, I am the best at initiative.
All right, the Sturges, hearing the quicksand, no, there's an easy meal. And, all right.
Well, I do have a ready action, so.
Yeah, I will, actually, I'd like you to roll me a concentration check for your ready to action.
Okay.
Because you just fell into quicksand. But yeah, you keep your ready to action. The Sturges begin to descend. There are 6 of them that start to flap down toward the lot of you in the quicksand. And you actually, your rating consumption, what does that do, Maglev?
It deals 2 damage to all creatures within 10 feet of me at the end of my turn.
Okay. Well, all right. So, are you at all visible right now?
Actually, let's see. I'm 5'10", and I have both my arms out. So.
Okay, so you are not completely submerged. So, Gillem, are you completely submerged?
No.
How tall are you?
Well, I don't even know. I haven't decided, but I'm probably not. I'm immediately.
I mean, aren't like the anemone like dwarf sized?
Yeah, I mean, we have stats for these guys, right? Or not stats.
Yeah.
We have
Snakes.
stats. Anemone. Let's see. Oh, I don't have a. Oh, they are about 5 feet.
Yeah.
Up to 5 feet tall, which means I think at 5 feet you're completely submerged in it right now.
I guess so. Yes.
Okay. So Gillem might need some help, guys. He's gonna have a hard time getting out of there.
Oh,
The
but
Scourges
don't worry. I can
don't
breathe
go
with
for
him.
Gillem. They all go for you,
Yeah, they do.
Maglev. So
But yeah, just
attack
put it
advantage.
back up to for it. So
Yep. Well, the 6 Sturges try and bite at you. A 13.
misses actually.
All right. A 16.
Hits,
A 13 again.
misses,
A 19.
hits.
Okay. And actually, sorry, there are 4 Sturges, not 6.
Okay.
I was looking at
Yeah, 2 of them hit me for a total of
10. I
for a
think.
total of 10 damage.
All right. They latch onto your face and they are sucking the blood out of you before you go down.
So yeah, I'm still up
Gillem,
though.
it is your move. So you're starting your turn submerged. You cannot breathe.
Actually, I can. I can breathe underwater.
This is not underwater. This is in earth.
Quicksand.
Yeah, I'm reading the mechanics on quicksand. Oh my god. So you can make a strength check if you'd like. However, at the start of your turn, you're going to sink an additional 3 feet. You're 7 feet down in the quicksand. Just, ah!
Well, I have a squishy body. Does that help any?
I'll say you have advantage from your squishy body.
Well, I also have advantage from raging. So
That's true. I'll take that into account. However, you are restrained by the quicksand, so the advantage and the disadvantage would cancel out. So just go ahead and roll me that strength athletics, or actually, it's just a strength check. Not even. Oh my god, this is terrifying. I'll say, you know what? I'll say that you just have advantage on the roll because of your squishy body. We're gonna ignore the disadvantage completely.
okay.
Oh wow, hot damn! So you reach out, and House manages to grab a hold of like a root from a brambly bush and pull yourself. Pull yourself up and out of the quicksand. You can see Maglev is still sinking down below. You have a bonus or a movement if you'd like to use them.
Oh, sure. Do I see a sturge within 10 feet of me, near Maglev?
Yeah, 100% swarming around Maglev's head.
Oh, poor sturge. You're about to get lightninged.
Okay.
Hold. Shotgun!
All right, I gotta roll. What is this? A dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
Ugh.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it dodges out of the way of your shotgun.
So it only takes half. It only takes half.
Does it do half damage?
Yes, it does.
Half.
It's the barbarian thing. Yeah.
That actually kills it. Even on the success, the shotgun, you rolled high enough that the electricity zaps it, and it pops, and blood goes everywhere.
Ha ha.
All right. Not a bad turn. Maglev, it's your move. You sink. Oh, that's a sturge attack. An additional 1 feet. So now you're completely submerged.
Ooh. All right. That is a problem considering the spell I was going to use requires vocal component.
Yeah, you cannot breathe. It's going to be bad. Now, currently, I think you're holding your breath. If you'd like to cast a spell, you can, but you wouldn't be holding your breath if you use a verbal component spell.
Actually, all right. I mean, if I guess I could use the vocal component spell and use something to follow up after it. So give me a second. I need to read this right quick. Let's see. Spell of first level or higher. All right. So Maglev is going to. Well, he's already have that stuff going around him, so he is going to Yeah, he is going to actually swole up.
What is that?
He enlarges himself.
Oh, all right. So you enlarge, which while you're still the same amount sunken in, you're just bigger, so you've got more flexibility.
Yeah.
You're 7 feet sunken down, and you're what would we say, 12 feet tall with that?
Probably. Yeah.
All right, so
Additionally, to follow that up, Maglev is going to use the tempestuous magic feature,
what is that?
and pretty much move myself out of attempt to move myself out of that place.
Oh,
Bonus
wow.
action.
That is incredibly interesting. Interesting, because you're restrained, and that is movement. So technically your move speed is 0. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you roll me a spellcasting, I guess a spell attack roll, right, or a spell ability check, to represent your magic versus the quicksand. Because technically, restrained, your speed would be 0.
So basically a charisma check. You say flat charisma check?
Charisma plus your proficiency. Oh yeah, easy.
Okay,
You're
so
slow enough
21,
that you're able to gust yourself right on up and out of the quicksand.
And is there any like barrows I can land on within 10 feet?
I mean, you're like in a gully between 2 barrows right now.
All right, so I'll try to like land on whoever's the closest barrow that will lead towards the Gator.
Now that like you've disturbed the quicksand, you can see where it is pretty clearly.
And in my turn, which means any sturges on me or around me take 2 damage.
All right, the 3 remaining sturges are badly injured. All right, we are on to
Don't forget
Farzu.
concentration.
And I take 1 damage from my own ability.
What was that, Kintoki?
Nothing.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, Farzu, would you like to do anything?
Yeah, okay. How many sturges are there?
There are 3 sturges left. They are all over your companion Maglev. However, you can see up ahead, right? There's like in the clearing beyond this little gully. I think you hear, right? There's motion.
I'm gonna tell Green Spot, quick, use our bounty to distract Sturges and like to get him to start throwing grubs around, so they aim for that instead of our buddy boys. And then I'm gonna, on my turn.
Do you want to like skirt around the side into the clearing?
I will send my familiar into the clearing
Okay.
and see how that fares when they come back, sort of.
Okay.
Fire
You want
up.
to see through your familiar's eyes? Will you do that or no?
No, I'm just gonna have it like dash in and out, if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like your familiar to roll me a Constitution saving throw when it flies in.
Oh boy.
Okay. Your familiar flies around the edge to go scout, and we're gonna get to that in a minute. Kintoki, what would you like to do? So far as you're just staying stealth for now and having a commanding green spot. Right.
I was gonna cast a spell, but it seems like most of them are good. So I guess I'll just shoot one of the Sturges
Sure.
and then take my bonus action stealth again.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me that then.
Let me just throw a knife at it.
That actually, unfortunately, misses the Sturge.
Alright.
But you're hidden once again. Kintoki?
I believe my held action got skipped with the
Oh,
quicksand.
I'm so sorry. You're right.
I
Would you like to
will,
take it now?
if I can, I'll
Please.
use my bow to start shooting down sturgeon.
Alrighty, go ahead and take the oath bow bonus action. Oh my god, the oath bow. Yeah, you'll hit one of those Sturges. You will annihilate it. And now it's your turn. That was the
Bingo.
hell back.
And Farzu's the only one that notices there's some movement out of camera shot.
Yes, because you're further back too. You were keeping a distance, so you don't notice that.
In that case, I'll just shoot at another one of the Sturges.
Okay, that'll hit. Oh my god! You will annihilate that. There is a single Sturge left. Green spot is gonna run over, and he is gonna throw a grub at the last Sturge. All right.
Oh, no.
It bounces off the Sturge.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, it doesn't bounce off the Sturge, or does it just bounce off Maglev's body?
Yeah. Let's go with that one.
What happens is it ping pongs between them like a pinball machine.
He goes to throw it, it doesn't even get far enough and sinks into the quicksand.
Oh, yay!
The Sturge is going to, it's attached to you still. Actually, you know what? They would have shot the one that's attached to you already. One of the
I had
Sturges
two
will,
attached to me, so
well, there's only one left.
okay.
So the ones that were attached to you probably got killed. Like, your friends did the one, probably killed the ones that were attacking you. That, like, were most threatening. The last one will attempt to bite you. Oh my god.
Yoo-hoo.
That does hit.
All right, 5 piercing damage, and it bites down Sir Gillem Fish.
Oh, it would bite on me? It would bite towards
No,
person,
I'm sorry. It's not. It's on Maglev.
Oh. You seem to have a bug. Let me
please smack it off.
Smack? Who do you think I...
Oh no, you seem like a pretty tough guy.
Like...
All right, you use your shotgun on the Sturge. And
Yep.
once again, even if it succeeds, it dies. But it fails, so it super dies.
Oh, by the way, me and Kintoki aren't in the quicksand, right? Just them
No.
two.
No,
Okay.
and I think you can see clearly where the quicksand was now because it was been disturbed so much, especially by Maglev. Right?
So
it's
is it-
floating out again.
So is there a way to move forward and not go in the quicksand?
Yes. Now that you're aware of it, you can just kind of go around it.
That's what I will do. I will dash forward, not in the quicksand.
There's some stuff rumbling in the distance.
Fantastic.
All right.
Okay,
You-
go ahead and meet that.
You
Okay,
charge.
I probably need to make a concentration check.
For what? Oh, for the
with,
large.
Yeah, the
Got it.
damage, yeah. Okay, yeah, the largest of love.
So Gillem, you run around the corner, and when you do, you can see a frog on a glider. And you've seen this before. This is your friend Farzu's familiar, and you see it kind of flying toward you, but it's not flying like it normally does. It's more of falling, and as it falls to the ground, it slams down on the swampy surface before you, shattering into hundreds of tiny pieces.
Wow. Oh no.
Very much unlike a frog. Looking beyond, you can see one of the barrows is cracked open. The large doorway is broken apart, and you can see a tall humanoid figure kind of looming in it, and you see 2 kind of red, almost glowing, right, serpentine eyes staring out from the face of that creature, and then dozens more tiny sets of serpentine eyes around its head.
Oh,
you see
no.
by its feet there appear to be a few hound-like creatures chirring and hopping around.
Oh,
And you see standing in the middle of the clearing, just confused looking and fat, a stone alligator.
Oh no.
What would you like to do as you see that? You have about 15 feet of movement left. This
Right.
person, this humanoid figure, is maybe 40 or 50 feet from where you are.
So moving 15 feet is not always going to be the best option. Okay.
Stop.
I would not, maybe not stop. I see this going on, and I move 15 feet back towards the party and say, "Yeah, I found the alligator. It's now stone. I don't know what that thing is, but it looks scary.
Does he just describe it?
I
No,
think
describe
in
it.
seconds. I think what you hear is what you hear.
Yeah, that's it.
All
It
right,
looks scary. There's a thing there. and it
Okay,
looks
so yeah,
scary.
but Maglev has no idea what those are.
A lady. Let's get her. All right. Maglev, it's your move. What would you like to do?
How far away are they? Like from where Maglev is?
I mean, from what, like, I think what happened is, right, your friend just ran out of the fog up ahead of you, so it couldn't be more than 50, 60 feet from where you're standing.
Maglev will... Yeah, actually, I think Maglev will actually kind of... First ask for healing. He needs healing.
What do I look like? A wizard?
Okay, Maglev will feel a hand, like, rub his back, and Farzu says, lay on hand, 5 hit points, and nothing happens, and go back into the darkness.
That doesn't seem effective. Oh, well,
That was a reaction, right, Farkas?
You're asking for a bit much, buddy. Yeah, it's a reaction.
Maglev will then just look to like who looks like they'll be the best at stealth among the group.
Definitely not me. Nope. I'm not.
If you're looking for the best
appeared
itself,
out of
you wouldn't
nowhere.
be able to find them. You wouldn't be able to look at them. That's the point.
All right. So Maglev is
You're
Maglev's
still
just
in initiative right now.
Okay.
What would
we
you
are?
like to do? Yes.
Okay. Maglev will just shake his head, just hit himself and use his knowledge of the Kurgan's training regiment to make himself a bit tougher, using the instant training regimen from Kurgan's. I'm going with toughen up with Kurgan.
Excellent. So roll those 2d6 hit points, or temp hit points.
Hey, that's not bad.
Oh, nice. Pretty good. All right. An enhanced ability. You toughen. I love all the names for these. You toughen up with Kurgan and become much, much tougher. Farzu, it's your move. Your familiar, you hear the cracking and shattering of stone.
Oh, that's sad. Alright, I'm gonna go sneak in. I'm sneaking around.
Careful. That thing could turn people into stone. Maybe.
So, is there I'll try to go around to the side while they approach straight on.
Yeah, you want to climb up
get
on
around
one of the barrows, right? So you have a little bit of a higher vantage.
Yeah, sort of look over the mound.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check, and first.
My cloak of elvenkind also sort of helps with camouflage, so it gives me advantage.
You seriously have a cloak of elf? Right, you bought it, son of a gun, back when we had cloaks of elvenkind in the shop. Yeah, go ahead and just and roll me that with advantage. Roll me a stealth check with advantage. Okay, yeah, you with a nimble deftness few can match. Scamper up the side of the barrow, and I think you get a pretty good look, right? You don't see the figure super clearly because of all the mist, but from your higher vantage, you can see the silhouette of this tall, snake-haired figure.
Can I use my Mage Hand Ledger Main from my Arcane Trickster ability as a bonus action to write on a note in front of my friends that I see a Gorgon or some sort of snake Medusa lady? Just write something down for them, or I just draw what I see.
It just, yeah, excellent. Sure, I think that's
do
fine.
that. Yeah, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Kintoki, it's your move. On the sign of your of your push cart kind of scraped into it slightly are the text Gorgon ahead, right? Or Medusa ahead, or something like that to give you all of the information that Farzu have just shared.
So, me and Farzu whipped from and you guys can rush it again.
Lost
Keep
you
it
for
busy,
a
right?
second.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I totally lost you for a second. Can you repeat that?
Any better now?
Much better. I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay.
I think it was
So I'll see that and look to the other two party members. I'm assuming that's Farzu, so I'm guessing me and him will shoot at it. Can you guys rush ahead like you did with quicksand, keep busy? And I'll turn and rush off towards one of the barrows to get a, better point of view for this.
Okay. Do you want to try and go to the same barrel that Farzu went to, or a different one? That's question one. And question two is, are you trying to be quiet about this, or just to get into position quickly?
I'll add my signature to my note.
I assume that there's going to be a sorcerer and a barbarian getting in its face to keep it busy, so I'll just get into position instead of being sneaky.
Cool. In that case, can you roll me an athletics check? Or, I guess, acrobatics could work for this too, because it's kind of slippery. Alrighty, you scamper up the side of one of the barrows, and you get a good vantage. It's just not, there's not any cover where you are right now. If you had rolled higher, maybe you would have gotten a big old rock or something you could easily duck behind. But, yeah, with the 11, I think you're just in position. You see her, and it's clear that she sees you.
Bingo.
All right, and that would be that'd probably be a double move to get up in position there. So
in that case, I'll burn a key to do it without burning an action.
Oh, alrighty, sure. You burn a key and leap up there super fast.
I need to do a quick drag and drop to see what.
All right. What was that?
How far away is the Medusa Gorgon?
From where you are right now, she's about 50 feet. Because she's still standing at the edifice of her barrow.
I heard all of that clear except the footage.
50.
Okay. Excellent. I will pull out of my robe a pack of peas as I'll cast plant growth, and essentially all of the area between us and the Medusa is filled with peas, and there's a little pathway from the barrow I assume Farzu is, and the barrow I'm on, and where the other two party members are, that leads back into one big channel of no peas that heads back the way we came if we need to make a quick escape.
Ah.
All right, your enchanted peas, you crack it. I imagine it's almost like a grenade, right? It's just, you toss it, and the peas fly off everywhere, and the spectrum of beautiful, colorful peas grow up instantaneously. I love it. All right. We move to the, I guess, next in the initiative then. Sir Gillem, you see these peas have just grown up all around you, which will unfortunately make it incredibly difficult for you to get to the creature right now.
That's fine. I don't want to. As I will take the time to set a hunting trap for the
Okay.
for the Medusa. We are going to hunt this Medusa very well.
All right. You set your hunting trap. Wait,
We're not
Yeah.
hunting. we're cooking here.
Action. It's an action to do. It has 3 feet of chain, and I'm assuming that is there a thing nearby that it could easily go into, or I can nail it into the ground if necessary.
You can just set your hunting trap where it is. It's all good. You nail it in
Okay.
the ground. I'm fine with that.
All right, so I put it in the ground and I move away from the Medusa, not looking towards it.
Yeah, I realized I didn't put her on the initiative, did I?
Nope.
Get her on there.
Yep.
Come on. There we go. Oh, perfect. All right. And then what are you doing? Are you staying there, or are you like running away?
No, I'm moving away. I'm moving away from the Medusa, not looking towards it, and I also start banging my sword on my armor really loud.
How
I'm
far
making
are you
a
trying
loud.
to run?
30 feet. That's as far as I can go.
Okay, you do not see her at all after that, because again, the visibility is very
Yeah.
low.
But I am also screaming at the time, just yelling and screaming.
Maglev, it's your move.
All right, Maglev. All right, so you said she's about 50 feet.
Yeah. You can barely see her at 50 feet.
Okay, so Maglev, while being the whole tough up with Kurgan and all that, he pulls out like from his bag a set of traveler's clothes, and just decides to like rush in towards Medusa, or whatever it is.
Okay, sure.
And my plan is, as soon as I get within a good reach of her, throw the traveler's clothes right over her head.
Okay, sure. So you're gonna start just charging through the plant growth.
Oh, did Kintoki say that they have a path for all of us?
To flee back from the area
behind.
us and it.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah, I'm just I'm actually rushing in towards her.
Okay.
So you go into
What's
the
your
plant.
speed? What's your speed, Maglev?
Your
My speed is 30 feet, but since the only thing I did is pull out the traveler's clothes, and right now
Yeah.
we're just rushing towards her.
Okay. All right. So 60 feet divided by, you move 2 squares basically.
So,
Right.
4 feet for every 1 movement. So yeah, I guess that sounds about
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry. It would be. You move 20 feet, right? Or no?
I mean, I'm moving a total of
60 divided
60,
by-
so it's 15. So
Yeah, 15. All right. You move
the
15.
3 squares.
Guys, my brain is bad right now.
It is
all right,
okay.
so
So
Yeah, I
that's
was thinking
I'm
it
still
was 4
35
plus
feet
1.
away. So
cool. Yeah, that's
You're rushing?
Interruption.
He's rushing.
yeah, I'm rushing in as a full-on dash.
Oh, Davai. Привет.
All right. The Medusa, which yes, she is a Medusa. The Medusa.
Oh yeah, Gorgons are like the cow things.
Gorgon to the bull, yes.
Yeah.
She will just hold out a hand, and there's like a chorus of hissing from her hair, and the chittering hound-like creatures at her base.
I knew
within
it.
her-
Stone
her
crawlers.
area. Oh yeah, they bolt outward, chittering and almost squealing with the high-pitched screeches they make. All right, so they can move. All right, they start pouring in across the plant growth. They get 25 feet.
So we're pretty much 10 feet away from each other.
Yeah, you're 10 feet from them currently. There are 6 of them that are beginning to pour out. All right, move to the next in the initiative. Oh, I'm sorry. Does she want to act? Yeah, I think she will step out. She will draw her longbow, and she will shoot at you, Kintoki. Pow! Oh my god!
Oh yeah, that hits.
Just, and the arrow, yeah, clips you right in the shoulder. Farzu, your move.
Okay, I'll add a little bit to this recipe here with the peas in the pot and help green spots chef romancy aspirations by since I dabbled in a little bit of chef romancy myself, so I'll take out the rod of tomato summoning and cast Sleet Storm, but with tomatoes.
Okay.
Centered on Medusa, causing it to rain ketchup.
Yeah, rain ketchup. Okay, tomatoes are gonna put
Getting all the mise en place.
heavily obscured, so no one can see the Medusa.
You need all the prep to be finished before you start cooking.
Farzu, take a point of inspiration just for this adventure. If you want, you can use it in this adventure. I love it. That made me chuckle. So heavily obscured. Now you're not gonna hit Maglev with this. You're really just focusing it on the Medusa.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, question. Would that also hit the stone crawlers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume that's... Yeah.
It's heavily obscured.
Yep. As it rains tomatoes. What do I have to roll for the... Does anything immediately happen?
Dex save. On a field save, it falls prone, and concentrating on spells is not so great there.
5, 2, 4, 5, 6. All right. What's the DC for that? Does it not have it on there?
The rod is 13. DC 13.
All right, so 3 of the stone crawlers are prone, 3 are not.
And the Medusa?
Yeah, I'll get to her in a second. She... wow, is not prone somehow. All right. Next in the... I'm sorry, was there anything else you'd like to do for you?
Yeah, I'll just hide back again, since that reveals me. So, since they can't see me and all that, and I'll just, move to a little bit of a different position.
Kintoki, your move. You unfortunately can't see any of them right now. They're all in tomato hell.
Fortunately, they can't see you either.
As someone who's slightly dumb, could I try to recap a reaction that I totally...
Pardon?
I realized I should have cut the arrow out of the sky, but I forgot that that's a lower level monkey.
Oh, deflect missiles.
Yes.
Absolutely, sure. Oh my god, what a roll too. Why is it +4 and plus dex a second time? Looks like it's adding the dex twice to that. Is that supposed to do it? I don't actually understand.
Yes, it's your dex plus your monk level.
Oh, jeez, that's incredible. All right, so you just totally deflect. I guess you don't totally deflect it. You deflect most of that arrow.
And I'll shoot some of the stone crawler. Wait, no, they're all in heavily obscure.
Mm-hmm.
I fire blindly into the sleet storm with the oath.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to fire blindly towards the Medusa, having seen her before the sleep?
Yeah, I think so. Oh my god, yeah, you'll hit her.
Bingo.
Alrighty. 14 points of damage. She screams out in a horrid Medusa-like way, which is, I don't know. I can't make that sound, so I'm not going to. But you think you hit her. All right. Is there
And
anything
I'll
else?
step back 5 feet just to make sure that whatever stone crawlers try to get through the peas don't get too close.
Okay. We will then go to the next in the initiative order, which is. So you're just stepping back, Kintoki?
Yes.
You're like trying to crest over the. Okay. How far back?
Just like 5 feet, adding a bit more space, but still able to pew into the store.
Sir Gillem, you have run back, screaming and clamoring your armor.
Yes.
It doesn't appear they're as quick as maybe you thought they were.
No,
Or
they
maybe
do not seem
it's
that.
working exactly like you planned.
Exactly, yes. As I will set caltraps in my location
Mm-hmm.
and continue to move back a bit more, but this time only 15 feet. So I'm now currently...
You set a hunting trap. You have set plant growth.
And not plants growth this time. No, I've set a hunting trap
Oh,
and cow trap.
you
yes.
can tell Green Spot to help you.
Oh, yes.
Get him.
Please
Get him
put
to start
cow
setting more
traps
spots.
here. Please
Yes.
put more cow traps here.
Just dump these on the floor.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Here. Grab these, take these, and put them on the ground there. Thanks.
Careful.
Okay.
Carefully. Do not be standing there when you put them down.
Oh, I made a mistake. All right, Maglev, what would you like to do?
Maglev is like kind of continuing to try to get in there, but however
He's
he
gonna charge into the tomato.
not charge. He's going. He's actually going to do something really fancy right quick. He's going to attempt to throw, or I should say, attempt to punch forward a chaos fist at level 2 towards where the Medusa was.
All right, that's a bold move. Go for it.
Oh yes!
Oh, and a bold move that pays off. Your chaos fist, a rattling fist of.
Let's see,
what
2 and
else?
6. Let's see. I will hit her for cold damage.
A rattling icy fist flies through the tomato storm and clocks her. You hear more angry hissing.
And on top of that, don't have to move 10 feet forward.
So are you flying into the tomato storm?
Pretty much, yes.
All right, I guess, can you roll me a dexterity saving throw? Like,
Yeah, I can do a dexterity saving throw. I'm not very good at it.
you don't fall prone, so that's good.
Alright, and also I need to... Actually, do I need to roll a concentration check?
Yeah, in the sleet storm.
In the storm.
Oh, well, I'm in the storm now, so...
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's like
All right. The Medusa is freaking pissed.
So yeah, I'm. Let's see, how far am I away from her now? Move 25. Okay, I'm halfway there. Or is it
Yeah,
20
which
feet?
puts you right up near the hounds, unfortunately.
Well, I moved. I did move like 10 feet, like right behind them. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually. Oh wait,
Alright.
no, that's right. I moved forward as far as I could. Then, yeah, all that. Yeah.
Yeah, she retreats back into her barrow. All right. The stone crawlers. Are they deafened? No, they are not. They are just blinded, which.
More
They are
noise.
meteor.
It's still making noise, though. It's still making noise.
So what do they have to roll? They have to roll a dex save at the beginning of their turn or something?
Yeah.
All
At the start of
three
the
that
turn.
march prone. One of them falls prone. So the two remaining that aren't prone begin to trudge at a speed of what is it there? It's 1/5 speed, right? Currently.
1/10.
1/4.
1/10. No.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
because now the
even worse.
terrain. Yeah.
It'd be
yeah.
each square is 5 feet.
Yeah, and then it's difficult terrain, so it's half of their movement.
The difficult terrain is not half; it just increases the distance by one.
Oh, does it? Oh, wait. So doesn't that make it double though? Oh.
No, because it goes from 4 feet for everyone to 5 feet for everyone.
Yes, it is a difficult terrain.
See,
Yes.
that situation I'm used to having Sleep Storm come up in, which is why I thought it was 5 feet before.
No, it is
Yeah.
5 feet for everyone. Yes.
Yeah. So the 2 Stonecrawlers that are up are going to go after you, Maglev. They run over to you, and they seem to be able to see you despite the storm, which is not great for you.
Are you sure? We'll just see when they try to hit me.
Well,
Wait, every foot movement.
they use their pack tactics to try and hit you. First one tries to bite you,
Movement.
Oh yeah, that one will hit for sure.
critically hitting you.
Oh wait, don't they also
Take rate, but at the
What
end,
count as normal? Like disadvantage from the storm and
do they
From
have
being
disadvantage on-
prone?
no,
No.
the soft storm says it's heavily obscured. So
Yeah, but
They
he said it wasn't.
They have blind sight.
oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so they kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
Besides the
Okay.
speed
Yeah. So that one will hit for sure.
All right, and then they will attempt, that one will try to claw you as well.
Oh wait. Give me a sec. Oh no, it doesn't even matter what I do. It'll still hit. So that's
Yeah.
7. That's 13. I'm really hurting.
The second one that was still up. Fight
Yes,
you.
0. So I'm down. There's no way I can actually defend against that.
All right, you are unconscious. You fall unconscious within the storm, and they start going out. I mean, they go hunting. So those 2 are over your body right now, just kind of hanging out. And then the other 4 will
Yep.
get up using half their speed. Their speed is 25 for the turn. And then they will dash to go 10 feet.
right, and then if they're still
almost to the edge of the storm.
right, and if they're still in the
Five
storm,
feet.
if they're still in the storm, don't they have to make a dex save at the end of their turn or something?
Edge of the
Is that
storm.
how plant growth works?
It increases it by 4, yeah.
For every single foot they move, right?
Yes,
So
and
it's
difficult
increased.
terrain increases the speed by 1 for every foot you move.
Right, so it's
And
increased by.
it's not barbarian.
Yeah.
Yep. And even then,
Yeah.
that's a generous interpretation. I would argue, in a home game, I would say that the 4 feet overrides the 1 foot. But I'm fine with giving it to you here.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I've got it. All right. Farzu, it's your turn.
All right, let's
You hear the of Maglev as it goes down in the storm.
Do you want to be fed a potion, D-Frog?
That would be very, very helpful.
Well, do you have potions?
I do not.
All right, then I can't help you there. In that case, I will just, try to sneak around the back. Actually, I'm sort of around the side. Could I, is the barrels completely covered by the plant growth and all the peas and the tomatoes?
Yeah, I mean, you have no idea. Here's the thing. I told you guys the Medusa retreated into her barrow. You guys couldn't see that because of the storm.
Well, I would see her exiting the storm, so I'm assuming that she would still be somewhere in the storm.
No, because
There's
basically
one
the barrow is just like a cave. It's like a little tomb that she's just walked into.
Yeah, but I mean on the above ground area. I don't know if she's in the barrows, but I know that the barrows is inside the storm, and she's somewhere inside the storm, inside the barrow.
haven't
Well, I
seen
don't
her
know
anywhere.
that she's inside the barrows. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. In that case, I will merely shoot into where I heard Maglev getting killed.
Shooting at a stone crawler.
At one of the stone crawlers, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Man, I was gonna say it's a disadvantaged shot.
But I'm stealth, so it would be advantage. So it's a normal attack.
Oh yeah, it's a normal roll. Which I think means you don't have sneak attack. Because you wouldn't have advantage or disadvantage.
I
But
thought
it's a
you
flat roll and he's unseen, which is.
I thought you also get sneak attack on a crit, if I'm not mistaken. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
No. What is the?
I would have sneak attack if you have friends nearby or you have advantage.
5 feet of it, and that enemy isn't incapacitated.
Yeah.
The problem is
The thing is, I
incapacitated.
have advantage. It's just that it cancels out. But does the fact that I just have advantage count, or does canceling out also cancel out the
otherwise
factor
you
for
would
sneak attack?
also have disadvantage. When you would have both disadvantage and advantage, you're considered to have 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just not considered to have any modifiers.
Yeah, unless you want to dismiss your tomato cloud. Unfortunately, there's no reason you have to sneak attack.
No, that's fine. Just 8 damage is cool. And then I'll just bonus action hide again. This rogue gameplay is so compelling.
Alrighty. Stonecrawler is actually pretty hurt by that, frankly. Alright, Kintoki, what would you like to do? You heard one of your friends die.
One of my friends died inside a sleet storm, like 50 feet through plant growth. He's slightly closer than the far side of the moon, but the stone crawlers are getting through my plant growth, so I'm gonna fall back my 40 to the path I have and take a shot at.
If you fall back 40 feet, you're going over the barrow, and you're just totally out of view of the combat.
Okay, I'll fall back a little bit to where, like, Gillem set the hunting trap, like, right behind it, so if they come to me, they'll come over the trap, and shoot at the one that seems closest to getting through the plant.
Yeah, well, they're all still in the sleep storm, but you don't see any of them right now.
Oh, okay, I thought a few of them were through.
No, they're almost out. Almost.
Okay. I fire blindly where I think Medusa still is, considering I hit her last time.
Unfortunately, she is not there. All right.
But have any of the stone crawlers moved to that space because Maglev flew 10 feet behind her and they moved in on him?
No,
Wasn't
unfortunately
feet
not.
behind her,
Was-
just 10
was
feet
never that
more
close.
towards her.
Okay.
All right.
Not hearing the scream this time, I fall back a little bit more,
Cool.
Towards where I set
like
my
10 feet.
yeah. So
So,
I'm 15 feet
Green
back
spot
from where
for Gillem and Kintoki are all in that little like gully near the quicksand.
and we also and I also have set there's 2 currently cow traps there if green spot did
2
his
squares of caltrops. Yes, there's lots of caltrops.
okay. All right. Well, let's make it 3 squares of caltrops, and I'm gonna fall back past the quicksand, knowing where.
Okay. Maglev, can you roll me a death saving throw?
I can. Give me a second.
Roll a crit, buddy-o.
Oh, nope.
Unfortunately not. Well, the Medusa has backed off, just being like, no, not dealing with a fucking storm of tomatoes. I'm not doing that. However, for
okay,
stone crawlers, we'll roll their dexterity save to see if they fall prone into tomatoes. And, see, there's no reason to have advantage on that. So,
Maglev is bleeding and covered in ketchup. So red.
3 fall prone, 3 do not. The ones that fall prone get up and barely exit the sleep storm. That's all they can do. The ones that did not fall prone
Do anything.
have 100 feet of movement. They use
Holy
10 of it to exit the sleep storm. No. They use 25 of it to exit the sleep storm. And now they're at 1/4 movement again. So 75 divided by 4. They get about 20 feet. Okay, so they come bolting through the peas. They are now visible to Sir Gillem and Sir Gillem and Kintoki, and I guess Greenspot. And I guess actually you also could see them up there, Farzu. You see there are these horrifying hound-like creatures. These spindly, gray, stony kind of skin and flesh to them. And these strange frills that kind of flare out around their necks as they chitter and chirp. They don't appear to have any sort of eyes, and their kind of snouts end in a little hooked, almost beak. But yeah, they're about the size of like racing hounds. They're pretty frightening in their size.
Right, so they're like rhino dogs.
Yeah, they're like rhino dogs. Not quite like rhino. The beak is kind of curved down.
Scarier. Okay.
But yeah, they're spoopy. That is all they do. They would be about 30 feet maybe from where you guys are, Sir Gillem, or maybe about 35 feet. 30 of that is, or 20 of that is in the plant growth.
So we still have one more round safety before they get through.
Right, and I'm assuming that they're gonna be heading towards us. They're gonna probably run right into that hunting trap as it's not moving.
I mean, it's entirely possible. All right, that's their turn. Farzu, what would you like to do?
I'm playing the long game. Well, that's just sort of my sort of style where I poke out and like shoot something and like keep hiding and avoiding them. So I'm gonna go around, seeing as the storm's down. I'll just let it keep going and use my action to shoot out the stone crawler who looks pretty bad in the back.
Sure. That one has just barely made it out of the... Oh my god. All right, that one is obliterated. You murder it. It's toast.
Toast with peas and tomato. My favorite.
All right. There are now only 5 stone crawlers remaining. None of them are injured. All right, we move to the next in the initiative order, which is Kintoki. What would you like to do? You see there are, again, 3 about 30 feet from you, 20 of which is in the plant growth, and there are 2 more further back. The ones in the back have blood.
How far away is Gillem and...
I've been moving away. Like, Go on?
Sir Gillem should be right near where you are. Actually, Sir Gillem's further back, right, because you went past the quicksand. So Sir Gillem's about 15 feet even further back.
Oh. The visibility...
Pardon? I lost you, Lance, if you're speaking.
I heard invisibility.
I think
Yeah, cut off right about visibility.
So the visibility is fine at this point.
What the storm was.
I'm sorry, I totally missed most of what you asked, Lance. I'm sorry.
Is the area around us still...
Tomato hell? Yeah, unfortunately, I'm just missing most of what you're asking there. Around you, it's still misty out to 40 feet, but visibility is about 40 feet. On the other side of the clearing, it is still raining.
Full back.
Oh boy. Rip Lance.
Stone crawler.
All right, we're going to assume you're shooting a stone crawler. Go for it, Kintoki, because I can't hear you at all. You're full robot right now.
You can type too if that helps.
True.
Kind of sucks. All right.
All right. I guess, well...
Kintoki,
You're 40 feet away from the furthest stone boy and Pio. Cool. So you're basically just going right back to where Sir Gillem is, just behind the quicksand. And Kintoki, you raise up the oath bow and fire. It'll absolutely connect with that closest stone crawler and hit him for a 7. which is still a pretty serious hit on these guys. These seem like very malnourished creatures, like perhaps they have just recently been awakened, like the Medusa from their barrow. All right. We move to the next in the initiative. That brings us back to top with Sir Gillem. What would you like to do, Sir Gillem? Are you just gonna keep running and setting?
I'm setting more traps.
All right, what are you setting, my dude?
Another Caltraps here.
Okay, sure.
And I will stay where I'm at.
Okay. The Medusa. All right, she's just doing whatever. The stone crawlers keep charging forward. The two that were in the back turn, and they start going toward you, Farzu.
With my general area.
Yeah, because you stuck out and shot one of them. You were pretty close. You were only about like 30 feet from these guys, because their was not huge. But they are still in fucking plant growth pea hell. So they can only move 25 feet as they dash. And basically, they get up to like the base of the barrow that you're up hiding on, and they're looking around.
Okay.
The others
We still.
charge across. The remaining three, one of which was injured by Lance, charges up after you guys. There is a hunting trap. How does a hunting trap work?
They must make a dexterity saving throw, DC 13, and on a failure, they take 1d4 movement, or 1d4 damage, and their movement is reduced to 0 until they're freed from the trap.
The stone crawler that triggers the trap, unfortunately, does also avoid the trap. Now, there are also 3 sets of goddamn caltrops.
Yes, there are. 4,
I'm gonna
actually, if you
say-
count mine.
I'm not going to count the ones where you are right now. I'm going to roll. There are 3 that are chasing you. I'm going to say that the that 2 of them run through 2 sets of caltrops. 1 of them only runs through 1 set. That's just, I don't know.
Well,
it's most
here's the
favorable way-
thing. If they get stuck in the caltrops, they stop moving.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. I'm just saying in terms of like the area that's being covered in this relatively narrow kind of
It's
gully.
coming as a wave.
Yeah, they're just charging forward. All right, so what's the caltrops thing? What do they have to roll? Is it another dexterity save?
Hold on, I'm checking.
DC 10 dex save.
Yep. No, DC 15 dex save. Haha, it's 15.
That's ball
All right,
bearings.
so the first one goes bark. I'm sorry, lets out a horrible chittering and kind of like hops in place in pain as it gets caltropped.
It takes 1 point of damage, and its movement is reduced.
By
The
10
second
feet.
one manages to get through both of the caltrops, no problem. And the third one hits caltrops.
I imagine those 2 that failed were like, you know, in the cartoons where somebody stops and then they bump into their butt.
Yeah, they
in, like
bump
a
into
voltage
each other.
line. Yeah.
All right. So I have marked the ones that have been named by caltrops, but one of them has gotten through without any sort of issue. All right. And what does the caltrops do? It increases their speed by 10 or something?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes.
For each time that they hit the...
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Doesn't the DC also lower for each time they're stepping
No,
up?
that's not what it says at all.
No.
Oh, sweet. Even if there's just like 1 caltrop left, it's like
I'm
super
not sure
dangerous.
the caltrop would stack with each other if they would take it multiple times, but that doesn't really matter right now because they've only hit 1 each. All right. Top of the initiative, or not top of the initiative, next in the goddamn initiative, Farzu. You look as you get up from behind your hiding spot, about 10 feet away, there's a pair of these terrible stony hounds.
Wonderful. I'm gonna fly 30 feet up and so there's 2 around me, right? I'm going to use my action to sneak attack one with a booming blade from behind, coming out from the still hiding place while they're looking around. Booming blade. 17 to hit.
You lash forward, you'll absolutely hit him.
1d8 thunder damage, some extra if he moves.
Yeah, let's see, you hit him for 24 with that first hit. Let's see how many hit points this Stonecrawler has. I've been rolling for their hit points, and some of them have done good, and most have done very bad. 24. All right, he is maimed. He's absolutely fucking maimed.
24, it should be 28 with the booming blade.
He hasn't boomed yet, though, right?
No, but at this level, on hit, it also does damage, and it also increases the damage because it's a cantrip it scales.
Gotcha. All right, he is incredibly injured.
All right.
Some would say within a few hit points of death. Okay.
Cool. I'll use my bonus action to disengage and cheese the heck out of him. Real cheesy. And fly up 30 feet and turn.
Fly?
Yeah.
Oh, are you a wingy tiefling?
Yeah.
I hate that. All right, that's fine. That's fine. No problem. Okay. Next is Kintoki. What would you like to do, Kintoki?
So one of them has gotten through all of the caltrop.
Yes, one appears to have gone through all the caltrops without any challenge. And there's
I'm a
one more set of caltrops, though. But it's where you currently are.
I'll fuck him up. I stow my bow and draw forth my wooden sword. And I'll burn a key to really fuck him up.
Okay. You rush forward and swing at the stone crawler. Let's see how many hit points you have. Okay.
That's my offhand. It's not a dagger. It's totally my fist, but I don't have a fist program in here for some reason. Terribly sorry about that.
No problem. The 13 unfortunately misses.
That shouldn't be the extra 2. I forgot to turn that off from using the bow. Just 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And oh, you know what? Gotta bring down that wooden sword.
Ooh. Unfortunately missing. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's all she wrote.
All right. The stone crawlers are not going to go yet because it's not their turn. So Gillem's turn. So Gillem, your friend Kintoki has charged back into battle with stone crawlers. What would you like to do?
How far are the stone crawlers from me currently?
I just realized I forgot to ask Maglev to roll the death save last turn. I'm sorry, Maglev.
Yeah, I was wondering when I was going to come up again.
I totally fucking spaced.
Okay, success.
All right. 1 and 1. Sorry. Sorry.
So,
Go ahead.
So how far are they?
They're about 20 feet from where you are because you've been continuing to back up, but Kintoki just went back in.
Ah, so there's one 20 feet from me.
Yeah. And the other ones are like 25 feet from you, 30 feet from you, you know.
Right. Well, the one that is 20 feet from me, I will bonus action rage. Clearly, this is the best. Then I will move up towards the one that is 20.
Okay.
And try to smack it.
Okay.
With, I believe I will use my great.
You'll hit him.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's an extra, what is that, 12 damage in addition to what Kintoki did.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, looking pretty hurt, that one. That one's a little tougher than maybe some of the others.
Yeah. But it's hurting, and that's the good point.
Oh yeah, oh, it's bloody.
Fantastic. And
It's
I will.
bony, it's stony kind of skin is cracked, and you can see kind of dark, black-red blood trickling out.
Fantastic, and I will end my turn.
All right. Maglev, it's your turn again.
So another death save.
No, now we need a death save. Okay.
2
and
fails.
All right. The Medusa doesn't have much to do with the stone crawlers. Okay. Christ. All right. The two that are injured but near Kintoki and Maglev, not Maglev, Sir Gillem, move forward to attack, and so does the one that you've just been wailing on. So they're going to use their pack tactics. First attack is going to be against you, Kintoki. It will bite you for 7.
That's a hit.
And then it will claw at you for 7.
What's this casting spell?
Castings is a disease. It does not matter immediately. It doesn't have a particular applicability here. But where it bites you, if you fail a saving throw, you begin to slowly petrify. And it's very slow. After 24 hours, your dexterity score decreases by a d4 plus 1. All right, so that was the one that wasn't hurt. This one's going at you, Sir Gillem.
Okay.
And Brian claw at you. Well,
Okay, so yeah. But those are halved, so.
Yep. And then the third one.
Wait, hold on. There's an issue. Stop. He's gonna take damage.
From your poison defense. Your charm does not add to the poison defense.
I know it doesn't. I just have that put in there.
But I'm gonna mark it right now that he suffers poison damage. All right. And the other one's gonna throw a bite at you, Sir Gillem. 19 to hit for 8.
That would, yep.
Okay. And a claw at Kintoki. 17 to hit.
Misses.
Alrighty. Kintoki's superior agility winning out. The two that are up there with Farzu. The one that you hit with the thunder just begins to hop around, like chirping and screaming. And it kind of like, you see it bump into a rock. It just seems confused and scared.
He's gonna explode then if he hops around.
Oh god. In that case he blows up, he dies.
Like a plane. Set a charge on him.
Yeah, the other one chirps in terror. And hearing its allies around the corner will follow that lovely, lovely green path away from you, Farzu, and toward the rest of your companions. So Sir Gillem, a stone crawler, comes leaping down from the barrow to your right and tries to jump onto you.
Oh, yay.
Shabite, critically striking.
Oh, wait.
You still have.
No, he doesn't critically strike. What are you talking about? No.
Adamantine armor.
Yes, I do.
All right, and then he will try and bite you as well.
Crits don't work, so don't even try that stuff.
All right. So it's gonna hit you for 4 and 3 between the two attacks.
Okay.
All right, I'll. How far away is the one that started running from me? I'm gonna be.
It already ran over to your friends and attacked them because it is very fast.
Damn. I guess I'll have to dash and just stab him with the booming blade. I don't know if I would have any movement left over to get away. Would I?
They are. So you're 30 feet up. It would be about 50 feet to them.
All right. I'll just shoot it then with a longbow.
Okay.
Not advantage, but they're next to my friend, right? So then I would have sneak attack. Okay.
Absolutely. My God. What the fuck? All right. Yep, that one that ran away from you. He blow up. Oh my! How much is that? Oh my god, that's near perfect sneak attack. Oh, it's almost terrible, almost worse sneak attack on the first.
That is
But yes, it
40
actually
damage.
balances out.
I'm just like attaching flipping bombs onto my arrows and like blowing people up.
Apparently, yeah. How much is that total?
That's 40 damage.
It's more than 40. Oh no, it is 40.
Yeah, single shot. All right.
All right, yeah, that kills him.
All right, then bonus action.
Unharmed.
Bonus action, I'll sort of dash over, still up in the same elevation, but like above them now, to cover my friends.
Okay.
Hey, green spot, maybe you should go help out Maglev. I think he died.
Yeah, actually, I'll try and help. Can you get rid of the? Can you get rid of the tomatoes?
The tomatoes is what's keeping the
Yeah,
lady.
I
in
I can't see him though.
Just try looking for him.
That'll take you like 5 minutes to get through all those peas.
No, I'll just hop over him.
You can do that?
Like
Yeah, I can
power.
just jump over it all.
He's OP. He can fly.
Green spot will just jump and land as he approaches the tomatoes.
As he's like jumping
you
all like
hear
awesome
a
by.
sonorous voice echoing out in the over the terrain, and it's the voice of Bartholomew. It says, "Well, this isn't technically PvP, but it really does suck for Maglev." And you see part of the tomato storm disappear. And Green Spot will attempt to make a medicine check on Maglev. Maglev, you're no longer dying.
Okay. So,
Kintoki, what would you like to do? Also, you're not in the fog cloud anymore.
Oh,
And he
okay.
goes, "Live, goddammit!" It's your move, Kintoki.
Okay, we are down to 3 of these stone crawlers here, so the one we've been waiting, I will continue to wail on.
Oh
Hey,
my god.
What's all these crits?
What's with the critical hits, guys? Stop!
I think Pete gave us his blessing.
No, I can't. Since
Alright,
Pete's not here, the luck is actually circulating around for once, you know, instead of just siphoning into his crit rolls.
Yeah, really though. You swing your training sword around and bring it down with a crack, and the stone crawler's still up.
I punch it.
Unfortunately,
I hurt
the punch.
this when I punch it, so I'll, in a huff, kick it.
All right, you'll hit him, and that will finish him off. In a huff, you kick that stone crawler, and it collapses in a stony heap. There are now only 2 remaining. All right, circulum fish. It's all on you. There are 2 remaining. One of which
Yay.
is pretty injured.
Is that the one near me?
That's the one that you hit last turn.
Again, let us try, my friend.
Another one.
Another one. There's a 15 hit.
These things are babies.
15. Yeah, they're not super. I didn't give them a ton of hit points. I used their.
There's a 15 hits or no? No.
No,
Yes.
15 health. Yeah, you got him. You got him.
Smack
It's not
him.
Oh my god. It's not that they have like not as many hit points, it's that we just had them running through a field of peas for like 5 minutes.
Oh, they didn't have a ton of hit points either. That being said, you obliterate that one. You finish it
Yay.
off back to him.
Fantastic. The other one, I believe, is 10 feet of me.
Uh-huh. He's right there.
Uh-huh.
Th-
Fantastic. Shotgun.
All right, you use your shotgun. It fails. It is
It takes it.
grievously injured.
Yay.
Maglev, can you roll me a d20? It's not a death save, but it's a, let's see, I'll get you up on a 20.
1d20. 1
Best
second.
of luck, my friend.
Now's the time to crit.
Nope. I mean, it would have been.
No,
All right,
what
but-
would have done?
You're missing a 0 there.
No, what would have done?
I would have just let you go. I would have let you come up if you had rolled a 20.
Oh, okay.
It would have just been like continuing the death saves, because I don't like that your chance of coming back into the fight goes away when you're stable.
When you're stable, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, well, it's like I almost kind of like would rather be dying in DnDTime, right, than stable. The Medusa peaced out. I mean, she's gone. She peaced out. The one stone crawler left looks at you two and lets out a horrible chittering like screech, and then it like looks around like it's expecting another screech, but there isn't any. And then it kind of turns and starts to run away.
No.
You know, it kind of looks like an alligator. What if we catch this since the fat ones?
Would that be an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, if you want.
Fantastic.
We could just ask
Kabow!
them.
And I miss, I think.
You miss.
Yep.
Kintoki, would you like the attack of opportunity as well?
I will, but I'll go for a non-lethal concuss on the head, since I think this is one of our few chances to actually succeed this. Oh,
Oh, no.
The crits.
All right. It starts to run away. Farzu, it's your move. What would you like to do?
Oh my god.
It's
Oh,
still
yeah,
running
that's
into the plant growth, right? Like, it's still in
No,
all
it's
that
bounding
growth.
up just over the way that Kintoki had been hiding originally.
Oh.
I just remember these are the
Not gonna run right
creature
into
that.
Minecraft, not that stupid.
This is the
That's
creature
only
that's
40
left
feet
retired. From Fantasy Labs, yeah.
Absolutely.
I not that they're like they suck or anything, but we just
Well,
played them so hard.
I was
Maybe
giving them
blame
very
Jeremy.
good points.
Blame Jeremy. Yeah, okay. I'm going. They are pretty scary, honestly. But like
I mean,
we're
they are one monster.
there's a whole horde of them. Damn. I'm thinking that we should probably kill this one. Maybe if we want to find a scary monster, we could try to like blackmail the Medusa, because I feel like I could find something in her barrels. I don't know. This is just a weird train of thought. But I'm going to shoot this guy. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go for it.
Go for it, my dude. You hit him and he dies. The last stone
Ciao.
crumbles a broken heap of stone, and just as quickly as this very intense combat began, it ends. And you find
still got
yourselves
someone in
in
the tree.
this clearing with your dying friend. I'm sorry, your hurt friend, Maglev. Green Spot goes, and he smacks you on the chest, and Maglev, you are conscious with half a hit point.
Isn't he a grung?
Don't ask. Yeah.
Wait,
So is
Oh.
Maglev poison? Yeah.
so half a hit point. I'm up, right?
Maglev, here, you need some protein, and I'll
There we
put
go.
forth a
I'll
hand
have
full of
A drop.
I
That's
pretty much
weird.
like slam my fist to my chest and hit myself.
Maglev, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, though, because Farku brought up a very good point.
What?
That you could be poisoned. All right, you're not poisoned from the ground.
Hey.
From Green Spot, because he's
oh,
a
yeah,
grung.
yeah, okay.
He's like a super poisonous frog.
Yeah,
with,
that's
like,
right.
black-
So,
Oh, that works.
yeah, okay. I live and also have 4 hit points, or
I
4
should be
and
a
a half.
cleric.
Yes.
You should.
Now what?
Don't let
a
your
shift
dream.
domain cleric.
Yeah,
He kind of looks
Maglev-
over and- I mean, Maglev, you're right next to the petrified alligator.
there's nothing he can do about it. I mean, it's petrified. He can't do anything.
Green Spot looks at you guys. Now what?
Yeah, Maglev will say that I was planning to put this jacket over Medusa's face and drag her back, but that did not work out well.
Kintoki will call out towards the. Hey, Medusa! If you unpetrify this crocodile out here, we promise we won't come back and we'll never bring tomatoes or peas.
Or you could petrify people for us.
Check. Or a deception check. Which one is it?
I mean, I don't really care about her, and I probably won't bring Peas back unless I get another job.
Okay, okay. As you say that, the door to the barrows is closed, right? And I imagine the tomato storm is dissipated at this point. And you can see it like open a little bit and like the snaky head poke out and like look at you and raise an eyebrow. And
Scout's honor.
I'll like threaten her with a mirror.
We will also bring you frog's legs. They're very delicious.
Green Smuts, never give up on your gourmet cleric dreams. Never give up!
A hissing voice. A trade, perhaps.
Yep. Hey, Green Spot, you want to go in there?
Hey,
Green
I
Spot.
really don't. I don't wanna. That sounds
We're
like-
marrying you off. This is a political marriage. It's for the good of the newly established Republic.
Cannibal party,
I don't wanna
yes.
do this. So you guys trade Green Spot for Medusa. Unpetrifies the alligator. Green Spot's like, no, what is it? And yeah, you guys take your new alligator friend. Who the alligator has like a little collar and like he's got tags. On it. He's clearly a pet alligator, but he's very fat. And you lead the alligator back to the grung, and
Of course, before we leave, Maglev says, "I'll tell the president of your honorable sacrifice."
Before we leave, I'll remind Green Spot, never give up!
Be sure to give her a great big hug, Green Spot. Be sure to give her a great big hug.
and as you
Live
all
your
leave
best.
Sorry, go ahead.
Live your best life. Follow the call of your soul, Green Spot.
And as you leave Green Spot to his terrible, terrible fate, petrified by a Medusa, you complete this adventure. When you return, President Froggenhoppen says, "Ah, excellent, it's my alligator. Now no one will not vote for me, or I'll throw them to the alligators." Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome.
You all some Bartholomew bucks.
Yay! Thank you.
And he pays each of you 200 Bartholomew bucks and gives you, actually, I guess you've earned 1 point of experience. And this ridiculous adventure comes to a conclusion. Thank you very much for playing, guys.
That was great.
Problem.
It
Anytime.
was not
100%.
what I expected it would be. Actually,
You're welcome.
it
Players
was what I
made it a lot
expected it would be.
harder.
No,
I tried
Made it a
to.
lot harder.
I tried to divert it and also bring it back.
And I appreciate the bringing it back part.
You knew I would just
That's-
go off on a political party.
I was like, all
Adventure
right.
portion.
But with that, I actually even went through the process of giving the crocodile / alligator the crossed out word crocodile in its name, so we knew he was an alligator. But you completed the adventure, you gained your stuff, and we'd be done.
And I'm glad we
Yeah.
learned a little bit something about reptilians or whatever.
Which is what alligators have a more flat head
Yes, yes.
profile. Is that even true?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
they're
is.
wider.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like caimans have an even sharper snout.
That's what my friend
real
from Florida says.
I
The
live in
real key
Florida.
difference
The
is
answer-
whether they see you later or in a while.
But with that, I am gonna wrap up the thing for the evening. So we'll be back in just a sec